Assalamu alaikum. In this video we will discuss anti-tubercular drugs. First, the drugs that are used for the treatment of infection caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis are classified into first-line drugs and alternative drugs. First-line drugs include isoniazid, rifampin, ethambutol, and streptomycin. Some people classify this streptomycin into first-line drugs, and some people classify this streptomycin into alternative drugs. The alternative drugs are amikacin, ciprofloxacin, ethionamide, paraminosalicylate, and cycloserine, etc. Now, drugs for tuberculosis. The major drugs that are used for the treatment of the tuberculosis are isoniazid, INH, rifampin, ethambutol, pyrazinamide, and streptomycin. These are the first line drugs. The actions of these agents on Mycobacterium tuberculosis are bactericidal or bacteriostatic. Bacteriostatic means they inhibit the growth of the bacteria but do not kill them. It depends on the drug concentration and the strain of the Mycobacterium tuberculosis and its susceptibility. The appropriate drug treatment involves antibiotic susceptibility testing of mycobacterial isolates. Initiation of the treatment of pulmonary tuberculosis usually involves 3 or 4 drug combination regimen. We will discuss this combination regimen. DOT or directly observed therapy regimens are recommended in non-compliant patients. The people who hesitate to take the drugs, for those people we use the directly observed therapy regimens. Now we will discuss the drugs. Isoniazid. Isoniazid is the main anti-tubercular drug. Isoniazid is used in the most of the 3 or 4 drug combination regimens for the treatment of tuberculosis. The resistance against this drug can emerge rapidly if the drug is used alone. High level resistance is associated with the deletion in the KAT G gene, and this KAT G gene codes for a catalase peroxidase that is involved in the bioactivation of isoniazid. Low level resistance occurs via deletions in the INHA gene that encodes the target enzyme and acyl carrier protein reductase. INH is bactericidal for actively growing tubercle bacilli but is less effective against dormant organisms. This should be remembered that it is bactericidal for dividing tubercle bacilli but is less effective against those organisms that are dormant and are not dividing. Pharmacokinetics. Isoniazid is well absorbed orally. It is given orally and it penetrates the cells to act on the intracellular mycobacteria. The liver metabolism of INH is by acetylation. Acetylation is the metabolism of this isoniazid and it is under the genetic control. Some patients are fast acetylators and some patients are slow acetylators. So in case of fast acetylators, the metabolism is 60 to 90 minutes. In case of slow acetylators, it may be 3 to 4 hours. The proportion of the fast acetylators is higher among people of Asian origin than those of the European or African origin. The fast acetylators require the higher dosage. This should be remembered that fast acetylators require higher dosage, and the slow acetylatols require lower dosage. Clinical uses. INH is the single most important drug, as I have mentioned before, that is used in the treatment of tuberculosis, and it is used mostly in the drug combination regimen. In the treatment of the latent infection, formerly known as prophylaxis, including skin test converters and for close contacts of patients with active disease, INH is given as the sole drug. So, INH is also given for the prophylactic purposes. Toxicity. Neurotoxic effects are common, and these include peripheral neuritis, restlessness, muscle twitching, and insomnia. For peripheral neuritis, if we give vitamin B6, then this condition is relieved. These effects can be alleviated by the administration of pyridoxine, that is 25 to 50 milligrams per day. Pyridoxine is vitamin B6. INH is hepatotoxic, and it can cause abnormal liver function tests, jaundice, and hepatitis. Hepatotoxicity in case of children is rare. INH may inhibit the hepatic metabolism of drugs, for example, carbamazepine, phenytoin, and warfarin, and therefore their half-lives are increased. Hemolysis has occurred in patients with glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase G6PD deficiency, and in these people hemolysis occurs. Lupus-like syndrome like rashes etc. is also seen. Rifampin. Rifampin is the second most important drug that is used for the treatment of Mycobacterium tuberculosis. What is the mechanism of action? This drug inhibits the DNA-dependent RNA polymerase. This RNA polymerase is encoded by RPO gene in the Mycobacterium tuberculosis and many other microorganisms. Resistance via changes in the drug sensitivity of the polymerase often emerges rapidly if the drug is used alone. So, it should be used in the combination regimens for the treatment of Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It is given orally. Well absorbed it is when given orally and distributed to most of the body tissues, including the CNS. The drug undergoes enterohepatic cycling and is partially metabolized in the liver. Both free drug and metabolites, which are orange colored, are eliminated mainly in the feces. So feces and body secretions become orange colored if you give rifampin for a longer time. The clinical uses. The clinical uses of this drug include mainly the Mycobacterium tuberculosis in case of mainly the INH resistant strains of organisms. Rifampin can also be given in case of vancomycin resistant organisms such as Staphylococcus aureus and methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus, and in case of treatment of infections caused by resistant pneumococci. So these are the clinical uses. Toxicity and interactions. Rifampin commonly causes light chain proteinuria, so it damages the kidneys and may impair antibody responses. Occasional adverse effects are skin rashes, thrombocytopenia, nephritis, and liver dysfunction. Rifampin may cause a flu-like syndrome if it is given less often than twice weekly. It can also lead to anemia. It strongly induces the liver drug metabolizing enzymes and therefore enhance the elimination rate of many drugs, and therefore high doses of these drugs are required, for example cyclosporine etc. Ethambutol mechanism. Ethambutol inhibits the arabinosyl transferases encoded by the EMB, CAB or EMB CAB operon. This is involved in the synthesis of rabinogalactan, a component of the mycobacterial cell walls. Resistance occurs rapidly via mutations in the EMB gene if the drug is used alone. It is given orally and penetrates easily in the most tissues. Eliminated unchanged in the urine. As we know, this is anti-tubercular drug, though, so its clinical use is mainly in the treatment of tuberculosis. Toxicity. The most important toxicities of this drug include visual acuity, red-green color blindness, optic neuritis, retinal damage, and other adverse effects are headache, confusion, hyperuricemia, and peripheral neuritis. Now we will discuss next drug, that is pyrazinamide. The mechanism of action is not clearly known. It is bacteriostatic and requires metabolic conversion via pyrazinamidases encoded by the PNCA gene present in the Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The resistance occurs via mutations in the gene that encodes the enzymes involved in the bioactivation of pyrazinamide and by increased expression of drug efflux systems. This develops rapidly when the drug is used alone, but there is minimal cross resistance with other antimicrobial drugs. So this drug should not be used alone because chances of resistance are increased. The clinical use, as we know, it is an antitubercular drug, and the toxicities include non-gouty polyarthralgia, hyperuricemia, but hyperuricemia is mostly asymptomatic, myalgia, GIT abnormalities, maculopapular rash, hepatic dysfunction, porphyria, photosensitivity reactions, and it should be avoided in pregnancy. So it is contraindicated in pregnancy. Streptomycin. Streptomycin, as we know that it is an aminoglycoside, and it is now used more frequently than before because of the growing prevalence of drug-resisting strains of the Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Streptomycin is used principally in the drug combinations for the treatment of the life-threatening tuberculous disease, including meningitis, medullary dissemination, and severe organ tuberculosis. So it is used in the resistant Mycobacterium tuberculosis infections. Alternative drugs. The alternative drugs that are used mostly are amikacin. These drugs are used for the resistant organisms, but it should be remembered that these drugs have more toxicities, so these are the alternative choice of drugs. Ciprofloxacin, that is a fluoroquinolone, and ofloxacin, these both can also be used in the treatment of Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Ethionamide, para-aminosalicylic acid, capreomycin, and cycloserine can also be used. Drug regimens. The standard drug regimens include 3 drug regimen of INH, rifampin, and pyrazinamide. And if the organisms are fully susceptible, pyrazinamide can be discontinued after 2 months and treatment continued for a further 4 months with a 2 drug regimen. So there is a 6 months treatment in which 2 months includes INH, rifampin, and pyrazinamide, while pyrazinamide is discontinued after 2 months, and for more 4 months we use INH and rifampin also, but after 2 months pyrazinamide use is discontinued. Alternative regimens. The alternative regimens include INH plus rifampin for 9 months, or INH plus ethambutol for 18 months. Resistant. If the organism is resistant to INH, the initial drug regimen should include ethambutol or streptomycin. The Mycobacterium tuberculosis, if only it is resistant to INH, then can be treated for 6 months with a drug regimen of rifampin plus pyrazinamide plus ethambutol or streptomycin. Multi-drug resistant organisms that are resistant to INH and rifampin should be treated with 3 or more drugs to which the organism is susceptible for a period of more than 18 months, including 12 months after sputum cultures become the negative. This is all about the anti-tubercular drugs. Thank you for watching.